Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children that they're keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Just wanted to go into a quick lesson on something I was just meditating on, how, investing into someone or you investing into a thing. When you invest into something, you give it time and energy and resources for a greater outcome, for a payoff in the long run. And Yahweh Shai is investing into the elect. They're investing into the men of the Lord for a payoff in a long run. And it made me think about the talents, and I'm going to read in the NLT, it even says invest. And I'm going to get the Google definition of investing into someone, or what the AI came up with. But it actually gives, some accurate points. So Lord will, this is edifying. This is Matthew 25:14. Again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and one bag of silver to the last, divided it in proportion to their abilities he left on his trip. So just right there alone, the Lord is saying that he invested into these different men. He invested into these people, these men, in order to get a payoff in the long run. He invested into them and told them to go make a profit. A profit, actually, like profit. Not an actual profit you say before, but a profit as in income. But it translates over, or it's symbolic for the Lord pouring into us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for us to go out and teach our people, because the ultimate goal is that we're fishing for the elect, for Yahweh Shai's elect. That's what we're doing. We're fishing for the Lord's elect, because the Lord is going to use the elect to build the nation of Israel back up, and he's going to use the elect, the 144,000, under Yahweh Shai's authority to govern the next world that's to come. So the Lord is making an early investment on his people, the elect, the chosen of his people, for a payoff in the long run. And I'm going to get another scripture too, just to back that up. Verse 16, the servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earn 5 more. So straightway, the servant who had, a good amount of money, which all this is symbolic of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, he was able to duplicate what he started with, and he had double, because we also increase in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We can do our job, which our job right now is to teach this word. So the longer we stay invested into what Yahweh Shai has assigned us to, and ultimately what he chose us to do, we're going to prosper in that. And we're going to continue to increase in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And we're going to be able to do what we were created to do, and what we're tasked to do as of right now a lot better. We're going to gradually become better at it. And that's what the Lord did with this servant in the parable. He gave the one he gave 5, the most to start with. It said according to their abilities, divided it in proportion to their abilities. So he had already made a business decision, like, okay, so this servant, this guy right here, he's real good at communication. He's real good at communication. He's real studious, and he knows how to. He really knows how to persuade people in the right direction. So I'm gonna give him this. I'm gonna give him this amount of money. Okay, I'm gonna give him this amount of money, and I know that he's going to be able to do something with that. Same thing with the Lord, with how he deal with his men. This servant, he's good at communications. He's real studious, and he knows how to persuade people to move in the right direction. I'm going to use him. I'm going to give him this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I'm going to increase him. And I know that he's going to be able to become greater in his field, greater in what I need him to do in order to fish for the elect. You know, this is how the Lord is making business decisions. The kingdom of heaven is a business. The Lord is making business decisions on all levels in order to build up the next world that's to come. That's what's being built right now, the next world to come. The kingdom of heaven cometh without observation. I'm getting these scriptures, but let me start getting some of them. I'm quoting these scriptures. This is Luke 17:20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of heaven cometh not with observation. The kingdom of heaven is now. It starts with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, us being built up in this, you know, and us being transformed into the type of, into the Israelites, what Yahweh Shah want us to be. And it starts with our mindset, you know. But this is what's taking place right now. You have Esau Edom, and his kingdom is falling at this very moment. It's continually falling. And the kingdom of heaven is being built up as we speak. It's like when you got a thing like a bar graph. You got on one side the kingdom of Esau Edom, Babylon the Great. It's at a certain level higher than the kingdom of heaven. They side by side, but they're slowly, that transition of power is slowly taking, it's not even slowly, just taking place. So the kingdom of Esau, Babylon the Great, that bar is coming down, and the kingdom of heaven, that bar is rising, and they doing that simultaneously. So like it said, verse 16 in Matthew 24:16, the servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earned 5 more. The servant with 2 bags of silver also went to work and earned 2 more. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. So that's like the one servant. So the servant that had 5, he duplicated it and made more. The servant who had 2, he duplicated it and made 2 more. You know, so they invested. The Lord made a profit. Again, profit. He made a profit off of those investments. But the last servant, it said he had 1, he took it and hid it. So it was a bad investment. Meaning that Israelite, that person that he gave that wisdom and knowledge and understanding to, they didn't utilize it according to their capability. You know, it was a bad investment. And that's what that's what he's going to go into. Verse 19, after a long time, their master returned from his trip and called them to give an account of how they had used his money. So now I'm going to give another similitude comparable to what this is going into. You can think of this as like a man who has the resources and wisdom, knowledge, understanding, resources to deal with a woman. If he's pouring wisdom, knowledge, and understanding into her, and you know, utilizing the resources that he have in order to make her better, he's not doing that for no reason. If he's investing into her, he's looking for something. He's looking for a particular outcome. He's looking for something in the long run by investing into her, and he'll know if it was a good investment or a bad investment based off of what she used, or how she used rather, how she used what he has given her, what he's sharing with her, and then also too, if she grow from it and she expands with it, if she's going to use that to basically, I say it like this: the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the skills that she acquired, and the benefits she get from having that access to the resources from that man, if she's going to turn around and utilize that for him, is it gonna benefit him in the long run? This is the type of decision that, men that be in that position, they try to make. If I give her the resources to become greater, will that benefit me in the long run, or will she try to use that and I'd invested into her, but I don't get a return on my investment? So this is the same way with the Lord. Is given the similitude of with the talents and the money, and also too what he's doing with his servants. He investing into his servants. Is he's going to get a return on his investment or not? So verse 20, the servant to whom he had entrusted to 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more. The master was full of praise. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together. So basically, the master or Yahweh Shah was like, okay, so what I gave you, you was able to give me a return on my investment. And it was a good, and that's very good. You gave me a return. So now I got more things that, I need you to do. I got more things I need you to do, but you're going to have access to way more resources. You're going to have access to more resources, and I'm going to put you in a greater position. It's the same way with what the Lord finna do with his elect. You were faithful in the job and the task that I gave you, and you was able to utilize the resources that I gave you, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I put you in a better position where you can, handle your daily affairs, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and you was able to balance all of that while you was in captivity. Now I'm finna put you in a position where you can do every single one of those things and govern the nation of Israel, and you're gonna be in rulership. It's the same. It's the same thing. The Lord is looking for a return on his investment, just like a man will look for a return in his investment if he invests into a woman, and he gonna know when it's a bad business deal. The same with the Lord, or how much more with the Lord. If we can see bad business deals, or even it ain't even gotta just be a woman. It can be anything. A man can invest his resources into anything. If he see that it's a bad, if you invest into the stock market, if you invest into the stock market and for a while it looked like it was pretty good, it was like, things was going to be good, but then after a while, everything just turns to the bad. It just turns completely, it just starts going down. You're going to pull that investment out because now you're not profiting anymore. You're not profiting anything. You're going to start losing. You're gonna stop investing into it. But if you have something that you invested in that's making you a lot of money, you're gonna leave it there. You're gonna let it pile up. You're gonna let it continue to invest, and then you're gonna get your return on the back end. Verse 22, and then what you invested in is also profitable. So everybody wins, and that's gonna be the reward of the elect. That's gonna be the reward of everything. We're gonna win. The elect are gonna win, and Yahweh Shah is gonna get a return on their investment. Verse 22, the servant who had received the 2 bags of silver came forward and said, Master, you gave me 2 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 2 more. The master said, Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling a small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together. So it's the same concept, right? Now verse 24. Then the servant with the 1 bag of silver came and said, Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant and gathering crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid I would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here's your money back. So now this servant, they didn't do and utilize what the Lord had given them. The Lord had given them little, and they didn't even use that. Again, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and being put in a position where you can teach and fish for the leg, serve the Lord, because we are here to serve the Lord, and He gave us a task, He gave us a job to do. So if you're not going to use what He's giving you, and you're not going to put it into motion, then the Lord is going to take it away. He's going to take that investment back, and He's going to put it somewhere profitable. And this is what the Lord is going to say. Verse 26. But the master replied, "You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant, gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it." Right, at least the least you could have did was the very minimum, is what Yahweh Shai said. You could have did the very minimum. I would have at least profited. I would at least profited in the back end. I would at least made something on my investment. But you did absolutely nothing. And you got a lot of Israelites that's like that too. The Lord has poured His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and then He has made known what He wants them to do. What He wants them to do, what He requires of them. And they're completely doing the opposite, And it's not to say that every brother is to go, as far as teaching or anything, it's not to say every brother is supposed to be out here teaching. It's more so saying whatever the Lord has called you to do, whatever the Lord wants you to do or wants from you, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what we are supposed to be doing. But there are going to be Israelites that's not going to do that, that know they're Israelites. They're still not going to do what the Lord commands of them to do. And that's what He's going into. It's like it's a bad investment. Then He ordered, take the money from this servant and give it to the one who has 10 bags of silver. To those who use what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they had will be taken away. So the Lord, He knows when it's a bad investment. He knows when something, it ain't going to work out. Just pull it away. And that's the same concept people use in the world. Like I said, the stock market, it's the same concept. So I'm going to grab one more scripture. I'm going to grab a definition, and I'm going to close it out. It's the second Ezra 9. I'm going to get straight to the point. This is second Ezra 9 and verse 22. Let the multitude perish then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. With great labor has the Lord made the elect perfect. The Lord invested. I read verse 21. And I started 20. It says, "So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were coming to it. And I saw, and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people, born into the elect. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect." So with great labor, investing into the elect, the Lord has made it perfect. He's going to get the return on His investment in the long run, through great labor of constantly building us up. Because this wisdom, knowledge, and understand, this is the most precious thing to us. This is the most precious thing. Nothing can compare to it. The most valuable thing we can ever have, And you think about it, like I said, how precious it is and how valuable it is. Just look at what Esau Edom was able to do when he perverted it and twisted it and gave us that watered down Christianity. Just look at how valuable. Just look at how he was able to control our people with it. And we we was ignorant. Now the Lord has given us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and now we're utilizing it to build up the nation through the, build up the elect, which ultimately is going to translate to building up the nation. That's that return on the investment that Yahweh Shai wanted. So now I'm going to get this definition real quick, or the meaning of it. It says invest in someone, meaning on Google. And what does it mean? It's, of course, this is the AI overview. It says emotional attachment, which I'm not going to really go too much into that. It says time, talent, or resources. To invest in someone is to use, give, or devote time, talent, or resources for them for a purpose or to achieve something. For example, a leader, Yahweh Shai, might invest in their people by wanting them to succeed in all aspects of their lives. Right. Yahweh Shai is building us up in all different aspects of our lives because there's an overall goal that outcome that he wants. So you think about it, the men of the Lord and the women too, but starting with the men of the Lord, he's building up leaders, next world rulers. So he's going to endow or put into us all the qualities of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai have every quality that we need. So he's continually building and building us up, giving us and allowing us to come into the resources that we need. And resources is not always money, but the wisdom, knowledge, understanding that we need in order to become that desired outcome. So for us to succeed in the long run, it says rights or responsibilities. To invest someone with rights or responsibilities is to give them those rights or responsibilities legally or officially. For example, a constitution might invest someone with certain powers. So going out and teaching his word, he has given us the right or the responsibility to go out and teach and build up the elect, and fish for the elect. And this is a part of our job. It's a part of Yahweh Shai giving us those talents and investing into us, And then it says healthy relationships. To invest in a healthy relationship is to treat each other with respect, protect, and value the relationship, make it a priority, listen to each other, and compromise. And this is what we do, more so on our part when it comes to compromise, or however you want to see it, because now we have to conform to the ways of Yahweh Shai. So we have to let go of the ways of this world in order to become more like Yahweh Shai, how they want us to be. How Yahweh Shai want us to be, and that's building that healthy relationship. Because the Lord is gonna do us right. We just got to be obedient, and being obedient is also building up that level of relationship. But all of that comes from the Lord investing into us, because he's going to look for he has a desired outcome, So, Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. And peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word, sincerity, and the truth. Shalom to the brothers and sisters, children out there keeping this word, sincerity, and the truth. Until next time, shalom.